Hello everyone, this is Ganesh Shetty sir from the Unique Academy Thane. Welcome all to the discussion of UPSC Mains 2021 paper discussion, and today we are going to introduce you to the essay paper. As we all know, UPSC is always full of surprises, and UPSC has been no exception this year also that it has brought a slight change in the type of topics that is asked in both of the section. Today we are going to understand what are the different dynamics of the topic, what should be the general approach when we encounter such topics, and also what should be the design of our essay while writing the UPSC Mains 2021 paper. So let us start with the dimensions of what UPSC requires when it is asking you the essay paper. Now UPSC has made clearly that when it is talking of essay, it is talking of ideas. So UPSC Mains essay paper requires you to present different ideas. It clearly mentioned that credit will be given for arranging the ideas in an orderly fashion, for creative expression, for presenting your ideas in a very exact and effective way. So every year UPSC presents different topics with respect to the essays. Yes, it presents philosophical or abstract topics, it presents topics associated to socio-economic situations, it presents essays with respect to the innovative ideas, it presents essays with respect to the futuristic aspects of the society. This year also UPSC presented the same different dynamics of the topic. Yes, the UPSC essay paper is of 250 marks, wherein you will be asked two essays, where you will be asked two essays, yes, each of 125 mark each. So our target is to understand this 250 marks, how we are going to tackle this 250 marks, how we are going to write the two essays within the span of 3 hours. That is what we are going to do today. We are going to understand the dynamics of the topic. Yes, as I have mentioned, UPSC essay is going to be required your ideas. Yes, so the first hint that I'm going to give you, that while preparing for your essay, you should be always focusing on the ideas. In simpler words, essay is nothing but the manifestation of your ideas. The better the ideas you provide, the more effective your essay is. Yes, there are many conceptions, many perceptions of how our essay should be. Usually it is said that essay should inculcate all the factual information, but let me tell you, essay is not about facts. Essay is not about the facts that you have learned in your books. Essay is not about your GS questions, GS answers, that GS content that you have prepared. Essay is nothing but the ideas. So how well you present an idea, are we accustomed to, are we trained to present our ideas before any topic? That is what UPSC is requiring from each and every candidate. Today, me Ganesh Shetty is going to provide you the different dynamics of the essay paper and see in 2021 the challenges that has been provided by UPSC to all the candidates. Yes, it is said that there is a trend in UPSC, that there is no trend in UPSC, and UPSC is being true to that. This year it broke all the jinx. Yes, the preconceived notion of this kind of essay. One section will come with respect to the abstract or philosophical topic, the second section with respect to the socio-economic topic. No, UPSC has broken that particular myth, and UPSC has given a clear idea that while you are preparing for the civil service exam, don't have any preconceived notion of this is the kind of paper that UPSC will provide. UPSC wants to test candidate in the best of their ability, how well they are if put in a particular tricky situation, how they come out of it. That is what UPSC is going to look in you, and UPSC essay paper has been no exception to this particular thing. Let me introduce you to the different topics of UPSC paper 2021 essay paper. As I've said, there are two sections out of which you will have to present your essays. You will have to present your ideas. So let us look at the first section and the ideas that UPSC have provided before you. Now, Every year UPSC provides essays. Essay has been a very important part of the UPSC preparation and UPSC exam, and the first paper that candidate write is the essay paper. Yes, nowadays from past few years UPSC is presenting 2 sections, each having 4 topics, and candidate have to choose one topic from each of those section. Candidate have to choose this, candidate have to write this for 1000 to 1200 words. That is the word restriction that UPSC puts when it presents an essay before you. Now every year you will see there was mixed bag of topics with respect to UPSC. Yes, abstract topic, social topic, economics topic, scientific temper topics, topics on international relation, and candidate while preparing their GS and the civil service exam gets aware of these different dimensions of the society, and candidates present develop their ideas with respect to the essay. Now over the past few years, yes, candidates have been usually neglecting the philosophical topics. So what UPSC did in past 2 years before, it put an entire section on the philosophical or the abstract topic. Yes, this year they surprised the candidate by putting all the topics associated to UPSC essay paper with respect to philosophical and abstract topic. So now candidate, when they appeared first for the exam, they were flabbergasted by seeing the topics, that all the topics that are present are all philosophical or abstract nature. But let me tell you, if there are challenges, there are ways to overcome those challenges, and that is what we train our students while preparing for the civil service exam. We make them exam ready so that when these kind of topics are presented before you, when these challenges are presented before you, you present the best. You have that approaches, you have that strategy to overcome this particular challenge. I'm happy that many of our students were sailed through this particular challenge very smoothly. Yes, many of our candidates were very in an easy manner they were able to tackle those topics. Now let us explore each of those topics. Let me present you the bird's view of what each of the topic is, what the idea behind the topic is, and what could be the design, the usual design of the particular topic that is presented before us for the civil service exam UPSC essay paper. So let us explore. The first section is having 4 topics. Yes, the second section is also having 4 topics. Let us cruise through each of the topics one by one. So starting with the first topic of the section A, the process of self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. Yes, the process of self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. Yes, always remember, whenever you start with an essay topic, yes, read not only in English but also in Hindi. आत्मसंधान की प्रक्रिया अब तकनीकी रूप से बाहर स्रोतों से सौंप दी गई है. Yes, that's the first hint, that whenever you prepare, start looking for an essay topic, always not only read the topic in English but also read the topic in Hindi. The reason being that is this year's, if you see particular this year's essay, so yes, in few of the essay, the English version of the essay is more clear and you understand what the topic is, and in some the Hindi version is more better in understanding and grasping the particular topic. Yes, that's the first thing. The second thing that you need to remember, whenever you are preparing for the essay or you are looking for understanding the dynamics of the essay, never break the topic of essay. While you design your essay, while reading you can break it, but while you design it, do not break it. Consider the topic holistically, that it is one whole topic. It is not the topic that to be broken. Coming to the topic itself, the process of self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. Now this is a philosophical essay, an abstract essay, wherein it is talking of wherein it is talking of self-discovery. Now, self-discovery is the purpose, is the aim where human have always been looking for. So the aim, what is the aim of human, is the finding what we are. So self-discovery is by different methods. There are different people historically throughout the globe who looked for finding who they are. For example, the very common example, Gautam Buddha, yes, understanding what the person is, who am I, what is the aim of life. When he tried to understood that, yes, it led to his enlightenment, and he gave a very the world a great lesson which has been followed even 1500 years later. Now, the process of self-discovery, man has always been looked for, whether it is Gautam Buddha, whether it is Alexander, whether it is Ashok, whether it is Gandhiji, everybody has always been looking. Man's quest has always been for finding who we are. Now, during the olden times, yes, there were multiple approaches of how this self-discovery is. What we are, who we humans are, what this universe is been always the quest of what humans has been looking for throughout the ages. Now, when we are talking of this quest, what are the ways and means how by which we achieve this particular end? When we are talking of self-discovery, we are talking of end. So, how we are going to achieve this end? What were the means to achieve this particular end? That has always been in debate. Yes, people have found out this means during by meditations, by traveling. Yes, in the Indian tradition, it has been said that to find moksha, there are three ways. There are jnana marga, there are karma marga, and there is bhakti marga. So knowledge, bhakti, and karma marga, these are the three ways, these are the three pathways to achieve that particular aim. This is our Indian tradition. Yes, the Western philosophers have given a different version by, for example, they have given the means. This is the Indian tradition. The Western philosophers have given what you call as the dialect. Very famous Socrates, yes, Socrates talking of the dialect, yes, finding out the answers of life through the dialect. Socrates, Hobbes, yes, all those great thinkers trying to find out what human is through the particular dialect. So the self-discovery has always been a quest for man. So human, you can understand, okay, humans have always been for that quest. That's the first part. Second, what is the means to that quest? In Indian context, it is the jnana marga, bhakti marga, and the karma marga. And in the Western philosophers, it is the dialect that has been presented. Now you get to two different dimensions of understanding the means. Yes, so you connect your essay with this part. Okay, self-discovery, human aim, that is always be seen. Indian version and as well as the version of the Western philosophical thinkers. Those two versions you have. Now you have to design. Now you will have to look for the other part, that is technologically outsourced. Now self-discovery, is it technologically outsourced? The answer to that is very. So there is where you have to connect. So this particular idea you will have to connect to the 21st century that we are living in. Now, when we are talking of the 21st century, so self-discovery is the idea and we are connecting it to 21st century, and this will make the design of your essay. So 21st century, are we looking for technology? Have we outsourced this process? The answer to that is okay, yes, in many of the ways. For example, if I want to know I am a good singer or not, what I do today, I just make a reel, I just make a YouTube video and just upload it. By the number of viewers, I come to know that I am a good singer. People like my song, yes, so I explore more. So how I try to think that I am a good singer? By just I use the help of the technology which helps me to understand that I am a good singer. Suppose am I a person with with a very athlete body? Yes, do all my organs are working properly, functioning properly? In olden times, they used to do what? They used to do meditation. They used to do those yoga exercises to understand how the body works, how well functioning they are. But today, what I do, I have a Fitbit. With the help of the Fitbit, it constantly monitors me. With the advance of the Fitbit, I come to know that what kind of diet I need to get through to understand what? To understand the health status of the particular individual. Yes, so therefore that means there are various avenues where I can say how technology is going to help me in the process of my self-discovery, whether it is my talent, whether it is the status of my particular body. Yes, there are researches that is being done in many of the Western companies, foreign companies, wherein they're trying to develop artificial intelligence, which is going to help us understanding more ourselves more better, which is going to, there are many chips which is going to help us understanding, exploring, do various researches. So 21st century, yes, it is technology that is going to be aided. Yes, so outsource, definitely we will say yes. There are many examples, whether it is my health, whether it is my inquisitiveness, whether it is the researchers, whether it is my talent. Yes, we have been using those technologies which is going to help us explore and understand more. So self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. I get a clue of this particular topic. Once I get a clue of this particular topic, yes, the next step I go is I do the designing of the topic. Yes, designing of the topic becomes very important, wherein I will present my ideas before the examiner in a structured way. So I will divide my essay into 3 parts. In the first part, I will explain what self-discovery is. Yes, how it benefits the society, how it has led to the evolution of human being, and how it has led to making human beings more powerful, more achievable than any other species. That will be my first topic. Second topic, second dimensions, I am going to present how this exploring of self-discovery has been a quest. What are the different means that were used in olden days, and what are the different means that I am using in present time. I am going to compare and contrast. In my second approach. Yes, that technology, olden days we used to do yoga and find the health status, increase our health status, yes, to discover ourselves. Today I am using what? I am using the Fitbit. Yes, during the olden times, yes, we were using to understand the aesthetics, the talent, the intangible talent within me, with the help of different kinds of exercises. But today I am using technology. I am using automated YouTube. I am using automations, with the help of which I am exploring myself more. So that contrast and compare will be my second part. Moving on to the third part, what will be the design of my essay? The third design will be none other than, yes, arguing whether this is the future or not. Now let me tell you, self-discovery technology has always supplemented human beings. It has never replaced human beings. That should be your approach. Yes, technology, however high advance it reaches, it is always a supplementary to humans. Why? Because technology is a good slave but a bad master. This is what we have understood over the ages. So that particular wisdom we will have to present in our essay. So in my concluding part, I will present my topic in such a way that technology in the present times, self-discovery, yes, of course, in every aspect when we are thinking of technology, have always we have kept technologies to be supplementing our inquisitive quest for what we are, but it is a bad master. So the self-discovery will always have to be the search for humans within. The answer, even though it may be outsourced, but the best self-discovery comes with when human tries to explore, find out who he is. So that will be the concluding part. That design will be the concluding part of your essay, and this is what is the design of the first topic. Yes, the self-discovery part, connecting it to technological outsourcing. Yes, how you are balancing both. The second design, where you are comparing and contrasting the means that were adopted before and the means that is adopted now. That will be your compare and contrast major part of your essay. And conclusion, let me tell you, introduction and conclusion are very crucial when we write an essay. Yes, your conclusion and introduction should be designed before you start writing an essay. And let me tell you, give you a very good hint. Yes, and that is the approach that was given to all our students, and that is why they perform brilliantly in this kind of abstract essay. Yes, the simple funda that we make our student always understand is whenever you get a philosophical essay, you always start your essay with an example, with a story, with an anecdote. This makes your essay very effective. First part. Second, it makes the examiner understand that you have hit the particular topic, you have understood not only the letter but the spirit of the particular topic. So introduction to all the philosophical essay, to all the abstract essay, should always be an example, an anecdote and story that is the best form of introduction that you conclude. Your conclusion you can give, as I've said here, you are talking of what? You are talking of the futuristic. The technology is a good slave but a bad master. That is the idea that you are concluding. So that should be your conclusion in this particular essay. So we have seen the first topic, the design of the topic, the approach of the topic, and that is what was required. So some common denominator throughout is the design. Yes, for every topic you need to have a good design. You will have to have a good introduction and conclusion. Reading both the topics in Hindi as well as in English, that should be the common denominator. That will be the common denominator in all our essay topics that we are going to do. Let us move to the next topic. Yes, next topic talks of your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. Yes, this is the topic in English. When we read it in Hindi, yes, आपकी मेरे बारे में धारणा आपकी सोच दर्शाती है, आपके प्रति मेरी प्रतिक्रिया मेरा संस्कार है. So if you see here, when we are talking of, in English they have given the word awareness, while in Hindi they have given the word sanskar. So sometimes when you read in Hindi, when you read in both language, it makes us clear what should be the approach of our particular topic. So let us understand this particular topic. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. Yes, so let me first explain the first part of the statement, your perception. You know, the world is full of perception. The world is full of perception. Everybody knows about the story of the Greek story where they see an elephant. Yes, and the 7 blind men try to touch that elephant. Everybody touch the different parts of elephant, and then they give a different idea of what elephant is. Yes, somebody says it's very strong. Somebody says the one who touches the tail says different. The one who touches the tusk says it is hard. But these are different perception of what an elephant is. So an elephant is also having different perception. Yes, so our perception is the first thing that they are asking for. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. That means what it is wanting to say, that whenever we see a particular person, we develop certain perception about that particular person. For example, suppose if we have a perception, for example, in Western countries, we have a perception about race. Yes, that clear? So some people are fair, some whites, some blacks, some brown. So these are the different perception. So whenever you see a perception, recently there was an article which mentioned, yes, in suppose there are two white teenagers walking on the streets of America, and if a police is passing by, the police inquire them ki whether you have lost or not, and try to take them to the safe place, to their home. But if there are two black teenagers walking on the street at late night, at that time the perception of the police is different, that they might have been doing some antisocial activities. So this is what we call as perception. So when we are born as a child, yes, we are very neutral. Yes, it is the society, yes, the society, the cultural, socio-cultural, economic setting that develop about various perception in particular human being. So the first part of the essay says, your perception about me is a reflection of you. That means what a person thinks, what a person's perception is, what the socio-cultural environment that has been led to the conditioning of the particular person, that conditioning develops perception. So perception is nothing but the conditioning that has been developed. So any person, when they present any perception, it is nothing but the conditioning that has been done. It may be the socio-economic, political, cultural conditioning that has happened. Okay, so that is the first part. So perception, that means people's opinion, attitude, prejudices, stereotypes that has been developed, that is nothing but due to different forms of conditioning, and that is what is asked in the first part. That is what is presented in the first part, that your perception is just a reflection of you. That means, and we have different prejudices, yes, a positive and negative attitude, stereotypes, yes, those are nothing but those perception. Second, my reaction to you is my awareness of me, और मेरी प्रतिक्रिया मेरा संस्कार है. That means my reaction towards that perception is nothing but my understanding, my upbringing, my emotional intelligence. My reaction is my emotional intelligence, my upbringing, my awareness of what we are. Yes, so these two dimensions the candidates have to balance, where perceptions, yes, conditioning versus emotional intelligence, that is the dimension that we need to provide while we are providing this particular essay. So this is the crux of the topic. Now from the crux of the topic, we will have to generate different ideas. We will have to generate different examples so that we can give justice to this particular conflict that is being presented. Of course, there is a conflict that is being presented in the essay. So you have to understand, okay, a conflict is presented, that your perception is your prejudice. What you look at me, whether it is an individual or whether it is a country. For example, whether it is an individual or whether it is a country. Yes, I'll give a simple example. When ISRO, yes, as I've said, once you understand the topic, once you understand the conflict, yes, you can generate ideas, you can generate examples. I'll start my essay with the simple perception that with respect to India, with respect to ISRO. When India was launching the first satellite at Tumba in Kerala, yes, we carried our satellite in, on the bicycles. Yes, on the bicycles, and we were successful in launching our first satellite. The Western media presented this particular picture that there is a office, of space office where different countries are present, and an Indian standing outside with a cow. So that was their perception of what Indians are. Yes, that was their perception of what Indians are. Yes, what Indians are, that this is nothing but the cattle country. Yes, it is trying to enter into a space club, country which are accustomed to cows and cattle are now wanting to enter into space. That was their perception. But today we were aware. We didn't challenge that particular thing, but we developed ourselves. And today India has been the ace in our space travel, space transportation. Even the same US countries, for launching their satellites, they select India for space transportation, and India has become leader. Our PSLV has become leader in space transportation. So the perception that existed, any other country would have reacted, but our reaction is our culture, is our awareness that yes, we were scientifically very much advanced. One day we will develop our technology to that sense only. So this conflict is what one could start with your essay. The other essay, that this is with respect to a country, an institution. With respect to individual, I have Gautam Buddha. Yes, there was an instance when there was a person, yes, who Gautam Buddha once coming out of bath, yes, a person spit on him. Gautam Buddha goes back and takes a bath again the person spits on him. This happens over a period of time. After later, the person who is spitting comes down, yes, and ask for and says, I'm sorry, yes, please forgive me, ask for forgiveness, and Gautam Buddha forgives him. So this is the other example with respect to an individual, that you may have a wrong perception that by spitting I will become impure, but no, I am very pure of my thoughts, so the other external things cannot make me impure. I'll have my purity within myself, so therefore external things will not impact, and neither I will react to this particular situation. So this is what with respect to individual. So such examples of contrast a candidate can give while writing this particular essay. Candidate also can give about imperialism. Yes, imperialism. Have you heard of the white man's burden? Yes, sir, we have heard of the white man's burden. What is the white man's burden? Yes, British, while trying to imperialize, while trying to colonize the world, it said that they have been given the divine responsibility of civilizing the uncivilized people. Yes, therefore they came to India and they said that you are uncivilized. Yes, you are uncivilized. We are trying to civilize you. So that was their perception. But behind that perception, there was the greed of what you call as imperialism. Yes, but what we did we reacted to it? We reacted, no. We reacted to it with what we have thought, historically what we have been taught, what we Indians are. Yes, we led to a non-violent movement, yes, and got independence out of it, and India became example for all the many countries around the world who are looking for independence in a very peaceful way. So our reflection, yes, our reaction is nothing but our culture. Exactly, our awareness of me. So a candidate can give individual example, a candidate can give example of institution, a candidate can give example of nation with respect to this particular dimension. So perception is nothing but conditioning. So we develop different perception, people have different perception over us. Yes, some might think, yes, Shakespeare said nothing is good or bad, thinking makes it so. That is nothing but our conditioning that happens. So that may not be the actual reality. Is that clear? Our reaction to those perception shows what we are, shows what we are made of. So that is what the essay is asked. Quite challenging part, yes, wherein you will have to show the conflict, and candidates, once who understand this dimension, yes, use different individual and institutional example, it is easy for them to tackle this particular topic. Yes, let us move to the next part. Is that the next topic? Yes, that is nothing but philosophy of wantlessness is utopia, while materialism is a chimera.